Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and I have another very fascinating game for you from 2018 Batumi Chess Olympiad. In round 5, India faced Paraguay, and now let's have a look at a game played between Viswanathan Anand and Neuris Delgado Ramirez, rated 26-19. In this game, Anand had white pieces and he started the game with e4. c5 by Delgado Ramirez, Sicilian defense, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop b5. Anand goes for Nejmeddinov Rosolimo attack, knight f6, knight c3. Here the most popular moves for black are queen c7 or g6 or knight d4, but in the game we see e5. Now comes bishop takes c6, Anand is removing the defender and then is capturing on e5. But in return, black captured on e4, and after knight takes e4, attacked both knights, and now black will win back the lost knight. Queen takes e5, f4, queen e7. Of course, queen takes f4 is not a good idea, because white can play d4, attack black queen. If queen h4 check, then g3. If queen e7, then bishop g5. White pieces are suddenly getting very active, creating problems for black. That's why after f4, black simply moved back his queen. Queen e7, now comes f5, bishop d7. Of course, black can't capture on f5 because of this knight d6 check, and black will lose a piece. That's why after f5, black played bishop d7. White castled king's side and black castled queen's side. We have an opposite side castlings, and this is going to be a very sharp game. d3, Anand is preparing to develop his last piece. Bishop e3, queen e5, queen f2. Anand is first protecting the pawn on f5 and only then wants to win the pawn on a7. C takes d3, c takes d3, and a mistake by Delgado Ramirez, bishop e8. Actually, it was important to play b6, if a4, then c5. But in the game we see bishop e8 and Anand simply won the pawn on a7, after which black king is becoming somewhat vulnerable. In return, black captured on d3, but of course trading off this pawn with the a7 pawn favors only white. This pawn was a weakness on d3, while the pawn on a7 was a very important defender of black king. Rook e1, already there are some very dangerous threats, that's why bishop d6 was played. We see knight takes d6, queen takes d6, bishop c5, queen d5, bishop b6, bishop d7, and the rook penetrates the 7th rank. Rook d1, h3, Anand is opening up a luft for his king. Rook takes f1, queen takes f1, queen d6, queen e1, Anand is both protecting his rook, and at the same time this queen is eyeballing on a5 square from where it can jump on a8, c5, and here it goes, queen a5, after which black is in trouble. Queen d4 check, king h1, and black resigned. Of course, black can give some more checks and then queen d6 check, but the thing is after g3, black has no more checks, and right now the threat is queen a8 check, and then white will exchange the queens on b8 and will win this bishop. For example, if a move like rook e8, then queen a8 check, and then after the exchange of queens on b8, white can win the bishop, the game is over. Or after g3, if a move like bishop c6, then opening up the 7th rook for the rook, this time can become fatal for black. Black king can even get checkmated. White can announce a check from c7 and then can checkmate black king. That's why understanding that his position is hopeless after king h1, Delgado Ramirez resigned. Another very interesting game by Anand, which I hope that you enjoyed greatly. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. For more games, consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you in the next video.